Glass barriers in games are the most frustrating. I've always wondered what was behind the corner that I could clearly see but never reach. Luckily in E.Y.E. Divine Cybermancy, all we need is a box to get through any door, as well as a way to force a character death, but more on that later. In this video, we have our eyes set on knowing what's behind the armory door. Maybe that terminal there will be useful, as well as the medical bay doors. Honestly, I don't have hope to find anything interesting on the other side of this one. But let's go back to the room with all the boxes, the armory. We can see that this glass blocks access to what we can only assume is every weapon in the game. After all, this is the armory of the temple headquarters. Knowing that we need something to push us into the corner, or upwards in this case, we begin by stacking boxes next to the glass barrier. The plan is to have the lip of the window frame on one side of us while grabbing and pulling a box from the other side. Additionally, we'll need to access the inventory tab of our character menu while still holding onto the box. The reasoning for accessing the inventory tab is that doing so applies movement to our character without our input. From my experience, this tends to push the model upwards a small amount. Additionally, the character model will continue whatever input you're currently supplying. Normally, applying pressure to a box in this way will cause us to drop it, but while accessing the inventory tab, we continue to hold the box. In this case, we get lucky and use a box both as a ceiling for ourselves as well as a force to push us upwards. The movement applied to our character via the box as well as the movement applied to our character via the inventory tab results in upwards animation while partially inside of a wall. Since our wireframe is now somehow clipping through another wireframe and both entities are coded as solid objects, we're now completely stuck unless the upward momentum moves us out of this conflicting status or until we initiate character death. Interesting enough though is that while we do not seem to be able to hit many walls around us, we are still able to shoot this NPC. The first time, we allow ourselves to climb upwards and can walk along a small section of the window frame before stepping on what would be the roof of the armory and are no longer able to move. Now, I've performed this glitch many times and failed too many to count, so let me give you a few pointers on things that do and don't matter. Moving forward or sideways into a corner do not seem to have any impact on successfully performing this glitch, but will provide way too many buttons to press at one time. The only thing that truly matters is wedging the character model into a corner, then pulling a box towards the wall while accessing the inventory tab. Also, make sure you have something to cause a character death, such as a grenade launcher in case you get stuck. Console command kill is always an option, but it won't allow the glitch to occur via character death. You can provide yourself any weapon or ammo via the console as well. Once glitched into the wall, a character death initiated by either yourself or an NPC will likely cause you to resurrect on the other side of a barrier. I've always had some form of success when interacting with the glitch in this way, but I haven't tried every crevice of the game. If you have any more questions regarding this or any other glitch I've covered, feel free to leave a comment or DM. Unfortunately for us, the armory doesn't seem to have anything of value, and this terminal is nothing more than a useless pillar of lights. So we take the boxes from the armory and chuck them across the temple, making sure not to hit any NPCs lest we anger them like before. Once inside the medical bay, we check in with Asmodee. Oh, what? These boxes? They're just medical supplies. What? Okay, we're gonna use them to break into your secret medical supply closet. With Asmodee looking away in a tacit form of approval, we move forward stacking boxes to create a corner to wedge ourselves in, then we rebuild. And we rebuild again. And again, until we figure out that only one box is needed as a platform, then we accidentally hit repair while accessing our inventory and glitch into the wall. The ceiling again causes us to be stuck, and we resurrect on the ceiling of the other side of this barrier. A second attempt is much easier with our character walking into the wall without directional input from ourselves. While no secrets were uncovered in either of these areas, I do have to admit that glitching through these walls satisfied my inner child, bringing me back to the days when every video game had some small area left unexplored. My thanks goes to Struman Studios for developing such an artistically driven game such as E.Y.E. Once I allowed myself to actually play the game, I truly felt immersed in a bizarre sci-fi RPG unlike any other game I've played. Furthermore, I want to thank Olivier Zuccaro for complementing the atmosphere with perfectly suited music. And my largest thanks is owed to anybody who's actually watched this video or any of my other content. Thank you.